Hi students, we are discussing problems kinematics. So we are discussing vertical motion. So in today's class we are going to do problems based on vertical motion, that is it involves acceleration due to gravity. Okay. So the first problem is a ball is dropped. A ball is dropped from a tower of height h. At the same time another ball B is projected vertically up. From foot of the tower. At the time of collision, the speed of the ball A is twice the speed of the ball B. At what fraction of height of the tower collision takes place. So this is the problem. Okay, a ball is dropped from a tower of height h. So let us consider a tower. Ball is A. The ball A is dropped. So it is dropped. That means ball A has initial velocity. For ball A, initial velocity is 0 since it is dropped. At the same time, the ball B is projected vertically up. So at certain point of time they collide. They are in the same vertical plane. Let us assume. So at the time of collision, the speed of the ball A is twice the speed of the ball B. That is the given information. Height of the tower is h. Let it be h. We don't know, let it be h. At where collision takes place, we don't know. Let us assume at a distance x from the ground collision takes place. So the remaining distance traveled by the ball A is, the ball A travels a distance h minus x. So my assumption is the collision takes place after t seconds. The second ball B travels a distance x from the ground. So collision takes place. Solution. So assume collision takes place at a distance x, at a distance or at a height h at a height x from ground after t seconds. So let us assume first this one. So for the ball A, initial velocity is 0. So for the ball A, initial velocity is 0, acceleration is g. I want velocity after t seconds. So apply v is equal to u plus at. That is first equation of motion. So velocity of the ball A is equal to u0, acceleration is g into t. You call it as equation 1. For the ball B, see, for ball B, which is projected vertically up, with what initial velocity we don't know, let it is projected with initial velocity u. So initial velocity of the ball is u, it travels. I want velocity after t seconds. So apply for ball B, apply v is equal to u plus at. I will write here only. For ball B, you apply the same formula. Vb is equal to initial velocity of projection, let it be u. Since it is rising up, acceleration is minus g into t. You call it as equation 2. So this is for ball B. So what is given here? This is for ball B. What is given information? Given VA is equal to twice the velocity of the ball. Velocity of the ball A is twice the velocity of the ball B. So speed of the ball. Velocity means you have to take magnitudes. So VA is GT, VB is 2 into u minus GT. So with this, u is equal to 2u, 3 GT by 2. U is equal to, so 3 by 2 GT. Okay, you call it as equation 3. So I got initial velocity of the second ball in terms of time t. So then you find x. What is x? Apply s is equal to ut plus half at square. That is second equation of motion for ball B. So what you will get? S means x, u initial velocity u, t, since it rises up, acceleration is minus g into t square. Okay. So substitute the value of, from equation 3, u is equal to 3 by 2. So I will write this 3 by 2 GT into t GT square minus half GT square. So since u is equal to 3 by 2 GT from equation 3. So I got x. So x is equal to 3 by 2 GT square minus half GT square. So how much you get? GT square, isn't it? 3 by 2 GT square, 2 by 2 1, you will get GT square. So what we want in this problem? Height of the fraction of height of the tower. Collision takes place. So we want x is equal to x by h we want. What is this? This gives fraction of height of the tower. Fraction of height of the tower. Fraction of height of the tower where collision takes place. That is called x by h. Okay, x h. So x by h we want. So x, what is h? Here is h minus x. What is this distance? H in terms of x. So h minus x. So you will get what is this distance? H minus x is equal to, I will write here. Okay, h minus x is equal to half gt square. Isn't it? Distance traveled in t seconds. So I applied which formula? S is equal to ut plus half at square for the ball B. Since it has, so once again I will write here, I apply S is equal to ut plus half gt square for ball A. So for ball A I am applying this one. So S means for ball A distance travelled is h minus x. U 0, initial velocity 0, half gt square. So what is h? X plus half gt square. X plus half gt square. So I got x. I got x is gt square. So h is equal to gt square. Instead of x I am writing gt square plus half gt square. So we will get 1 plus half, 1 and half, 3 by 2 gt square. That is h. So I want x by h. So h I got 3 by 2 gt square. So I am writing x is equal to gt square by, what is h? 3 by 2 gt square. 3 by 2 gt square. gt square get cancelled. So you will get 2 by 3. 2 by 3. So this is the required answer. X by h is equal to 2 by 3. So this is the required answer for this question. What is the question? At what fraction of height of the tower collision takes place? At what fraction? At 2/3 of height of the tower collision takes place. There velocity of the ball A is twice the velocity of the ball B. Clear this one? Take this. Next sum. Second sum. Raindrops are falling. Raindrops are falling at regular intervals. At a regular intervals. Intervals from a roof of a building of height 16 meters, of height 16 meters. Find this one at regular intervals of time. when first drop touches the ground, fifth drop ready to leave, fifth drop ready to fall. Then we want find separation between the drops, and height of the drops, from ground. Okay, this is the problem. So what is the problem? Raindrops are falling at a regular intervals of time from roof of a building. So raindrops, how they are detached from the roof of a building, and they are falling on the ground at regular intervals of time. So these raindrops you consider as freely falling body. Raindrops we are considered as freely falling bodies. So when the drops are, first drop touches the ground, this is the ground, let it be. When the fifth drop touches the ground, fifth drop is ready to leave. So where are other drops? Second drop will be here, somewhere in air. Third drop will be here, somewhere. Fourth drop will be here, like this. These are the positions of the drops, raindrops. They are falling at regular intervals of time. When the fifth drop is ready to fall from a roof of a building, let h be the height of the building. That is given as 16 meters. Now this fifth drop, raindrops we consider as a freely falling body. So what is the ratio of distances traveled by raindrops, that is freely falling body. Ratio of distances traveled by a raindrops at regular intervals of time, at regular intervals of time. Ratio of distances traveled by raindrops. These raindrops we consider as freely falling body. At regular intervals, ratio of distances traveled by a freely falling body at regular intervals. That is first, second, 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 first, second, second, third, second, and so on, is how much? How much it is? Equal to 1 is to, we know that 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7, and so on, like this. So this is the first second traveled distance. Let it be x, this distance. In the second interval, during the second interval it travels a distance 3x. So separation between them is 3x. The next one is separation between third and second is 5x. next separation between second one is 7x. So these are the distances traveled in successive intervals of time. So I assumed these distances as x, 3x, 5x, 7x, and the total distance is, so this total height of the tower. So total height h, we can take it as x plus 3x plus 5x plus 7x. Okay. So if you add all these distances, we will get height of the tower. So that is 16 meters is equal to, this is, it will become 3, 10, 16x. So what is x here? 1 meter. So x, I got it as 1 meter. So what is the separation between, I will write here. So from this, what is the separation between 4th and 5th drops? Between 4th and 5th drops, raindrops, how much? It is x. It is 1 meter. Okay. So this is the answer. So what is the separation between 3rd and 4th drops? How much? 3rd and 4th, 3x. That is 3x, that is 3 meters. What is the separation between 2nd and 3rd drops? How much it is? It is 5x. That is 5 meters. Similarly, separation between 1st and 2nd drops, that is 7x. That is 7 meters. So this is the required answer. And we want also height of the drops from the ground. So height of the drops from the ground, height of the drops from the ground, height of the drops from ground. So we have height of the drops from the ground. We have first drop. So first drop is at what height? It is 0 height from the ground. Okay, because it touches the ground. So it is at what height from the ground? 0 height. Second drop is at what height? 7x. So second drop is at what height from the ground? It is 7x. That is 7 meters. So third drop, similarly, third drop is at what height? 7 plus 5. You have to add 7 plus 5, 7x plus 5x. So you will get to 12x. That is 12 meters, since x is 1 meter. Second drop. So similarly, second drop is 7 plus 5 plus 3. So total it is 7x plus 5x, 10, 15x. That is 15 meters. So this is x, 7x plus 5x plus 3x, 15x. X is 1. First drop. So first drop is at what height? It is at the top of the roof of the top. So it is 16 meters. Otherwise you add all this. 7 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2. You will get, not 3, 2, 1. You will get 16 meters. So the fifth drop is at a height 16 meters from the ground. Clear? Take this. Next problem. Third problem. A ball is dropped. A ball is dropped from a top of a building. The ball takes 0.5 seconds to fall past 3 meters length of a window. Okay. Which is a distance below the top of the building, which is at certain distance, which is some distance below the top of a building. Under that we have the following questions. First question: how fast the ball going as it passed the top of the window. Second one, B. How far is the top of the window? From the point at which the ball is dropped. This is the second one. Third one, dropped. Okay, these are the only two questions. Assume G is equal to 10 meter second to the power minus 2 downwards. Okay, so this is the problem. Okay, so how we can solve this one? You read the problem. What is that? A ball is dropped from a top of a building. Okay, top of a building. The ball passes through a window. For passing the window, it will take how much time? It will take 0.5 seconds. Let it be, this is the roof of the building. So window length is 3 meters. So this is the length of the window. Let it be S. This is the length of the window is 3 meters. For passing this window, it takes 0.5 seconds. Since it is freely falling from a tower, this window is at what height from the where ball is dropped? We don't know. Let it be S. This distance is S. So that is height of the window. Let it be S. So with what velocity it crosses the window, we don't know. Let it be V. So these are the variables I assumed. Okay, the window is at a height S, where the ball is dropped, and it crosses the window with the speed V. Okay, so here velocity, how much? It is the distance traveled in. For that it will take t seconds. From here to here it will take t seconds. For the here t is t plus 0.5 seconds. That is the interval. So here we know S t. I am applying S is equal to ut plus half at square. So AB, I take this AB is the length of the window. So these are the assumptions I assumed initially. So what I assumed, let V be the velocity when it crosses the window. So between A and B, the first one is between A and B, apply S is equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, we know A, T and S. S is L, length of the window 3 meters, initial velocity here V, and T. To cross this window, AB distance, it travels a time 0.5. Since it is falling down, acceleration is g into t square. T is 0.5 square. So this is the formula I applied between S is equal to ut plus half at square between the A and B. What is A? Top of the window. B is bottom of the window. L is length of the window. So this one, it is a function of V. So with this V we get. So what is V? V into 0.5. Here G is 10. 10 by 2, 5. 5 you bring this one, this side. 0.5 V is equal to 3 plus G 10. 10 by 2, 5. 5 into 0.5 square. 0.5 square is 0.25. 5 square is 25. That is 0.25. 0.5 square. Here, now see, here we did a mistake. What is that? Apply S is equal to ut plus half at square between these 2 points. Since it is freely falling, acceleration is plus only. So we have to use plus here. So plus means here you will get 3 minus 1.25. So what you will get? 3 minus 1.25. So how much you got? You got 3 minus 1.25. So this is 2.75, isn't it? By 2. So here we got this. This one is here we got this is plus, this is minus. So 5 into 0.25, 1.25. 3 minus 1.25. How much you got? 3 minus 1.25. So 75. This one is I think 1.75. So this is 1.75. So that is V is equal to 1.75 by 0.5. So this is V, that is 1.17.5 by 5. So this is 0.5. Okay, 1.75 ante that means 1.75 into 2. So 0.5 means 1 by 2. So how much this one? 0.75 into 2. So we will get I think 3.5. That is V is 3.75 twos, 75 twos 10 and 14 5 and 2. Okay, 2 plus 1 3. So you will get 3.5. So this velocity is 3.5. It crosses with the speed 3.5 meters per second. So here you have to substitute. Again we got mistake here. So this is not 8.5. This is 3.5. Sorry, 3.5. Okay. So velocity we got 3.5. Then you substitute here that value 3.5. So it is 3.5 square 0 2 AS. So this is 3.5 into 3.5. So how much? This one is 3.5 into 3.5 divided by 2 into 10. G is 10. So that is 3.5 into 3.5. How much? It is 3.5 into 3.5. That is 25. 15, 17, 3 is 5 is 15, 9, 10. So this is 5, 2 and 2, 1. So this is 12.25 by 12.25 divided by 2. 2 into 10. So this is S is, this is 6, it is 3.5 into 3.5, it is 6 and 6 point, so that is half of that, 12.25 by 2, 6.125. 6.125 by 10, 0.626125. So it is point by 10. So we got 0.625, 6.125 meters. So this is S. So S we have, S is equal to 0.6125 meters. Okay. So this is the answer for this question. It is very short. Next problem. A rocket is fired vertically up with the net acceleration of 4 meter second to the power minus 2, and the initial and with zero initial velocity, with zero initial velocity. After 5 seconds, its fuel is finished, and it deaccelerates with g. At what at the highest point its velocity becomes 0. At highest point velocity is 0. Then it accelerates down. Return back to ground. Plot velocity time graph and displacement time graph, ST graph, for complete journey. Take g is equal to 10 meters second to the power minus 2. So this is the problem. Okay, we have to draw ST and VT graphs. So a rocket is fired vertically up with the net acceleration 4. So rocket is fired vertically up from the ground, okay, with initial velocity 0. So it has net acceleration up with what? 4 meter second to the power minus 2. So it is moving up with net acceleration, that is after traveling 5 seconds. So t is equal to 5 seconds, its fuel is over. At that time it has velocity v. So it is from here, it is equivalent to a body projected vertically up and it is moving against gravity. So here the fuel will be over at A. So it is A, B. I assumed that at the point B fuel is over. So there it travels a maximum height because it has velocity v. So it is equivalent to a vertically projected body from a tower. So it reaches a maximum height, let it be C, and then again it will falls on the ground. So this is the journey of the rocket. So we have to draw VT graph. So first 5 seconds. So during the interval 0 less than t less than equal to 5 seconds, up to 5 seconds. So what happens? It's a journey. So during these intervals, I am applying during these intervals. So I am applying S is equal to how much distance it travels. So I am applying S is equal to ut plus half at square. Okay. So I am applying this formula. What is S? We want S, u 0 half A. A is 4 t square. that is 5 square, 25. So this is 2, 4 by 2, 2 into 25, 50 meters. So the rocket travels vertical distance 50 meters, that is AB. At the 5 seconds its fuel is over. So I want velocity here. Let V be the velocity. Let V be the velocity. Velocity after 5 seconds. So after t is equal to 5 seconds, I want velocity. So I am apply V is equal to U plus AT. Apply V is equal to U plus AT. So initial velocity 0, A is 4 into 5. So at that instant its velocity is 20 meter second inverse. So 4 into 5, 20. Remember, between A and B the rocket is not vertically projected body. Keep this point in mind, because it has net acceleration. It is not vertically projected body between A and B. From B it is equivalent to vertically projected body. So from B, so this is velocity at B, this is velocity at B. Now it is equivalent to how much it travels between B and C. I want, so I want between B and C. B and C, I want distance BC. So between B and C, apply S is equal to UT. I am applying directly. H is equal to maximum height formula, U square by 2G. That is, here velocity is V square by 2G. So what is V here? H max is equal to, that is BC, is equal to V square, 20 square, 20 into 20 by 2 into G, 10, 20. So that is 20 meters. So after the fuel is finished, the rocket is rising up to against gravity up to 20 meters. So this distance BC is 20 meters, and again it return back 20 meters, and then it will falls down. Okay. So from here it will take how much time? How much time it will take to reach the ground? So to calculate this, I am applying height of the tower formula. See, to reach from here, to reach here, to reach the ground, see here, from here to how much time it will take to reach the ground? For this, see, I am applying here, velocity is V. From between B and A, BC, let it be, this is BCD journey. To get a time to fall 8, I want. So time, to calculate time, I am apply V, H is equal to, S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Okay, this formula between B and D. Okay, between B and D via C. Okay, is it clear? Between B and D via C. From here the rocket is equivalent to vertically projected body. It reaches a maximum height, then it will falls on the ground. That is the journey. Between B and D, I am applying S is equal to UT plus half AT square. So displacement is, from here the body is rising up, displacement is this one, that is height, this height, let it be minus H, this height, displacement is minus H, because it is rising up, final displacement is reached to the ground. So this is H. So initial displacement, this we got S, this height we got it as h, we got it as 50 meters, that we can take it as 50 meters minus h, initial velocity let it be v t, since it is rising up acceleration is gt square. So from this is h is equal to vt minus ut minus vt minus half gt square. H is equal to minus vt minus, or you take it as u, this one, okay. H is equal to minus ut plus half gt square. This formula here, t is time taken to fall on the ground. So what is t? Time to fall on the ground, to fall on the ground. This is called height of the tower formula. What is t here? Time taken to fall on the ground from let it be from AB, from a tower. I assumed this one as a tower. So AB, so let AB is, let it be h, okay. So h, now I am using this formula to calculate fall down, okay. So h is equal to I will calculate here. So h is equal to, so I will do here only, h is how much? H is, this one is h 50 meters minus u, here velocity is how much? 20 into here velocity 20 into t plus half g, let it be 10 into t square. So you simplify this. So this is 5t square minus fifth table 4t, this is minus 10 is equal to 0, okay. So this is 5, I cancel fifth table, here is 10 by 2 5 I get cancel, t square minus 20 by 5 4t minus, bring this side, 50 by 5 10, 0. So this is a quadratic expression in t. So I want its roots. So here the product is 10 and addition you have to get minus 4. Is there any factors for this? So it is, I think there is no factors here. So by simplifying this, you will get a t is equal to minus b, that is 4 minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac. b square is 16 minus 4ac. 4a is 1, c is 10. 4 into 10, 50. 4 into 10, 40. By 2a. a is 1. So how much t it will take? 2, 4 plus or minus 16, 56. This is root 56. Root 56 can be written as, can I write 4, 56, 4, 16 into 4. How much 4? 64. 4 ones are 4, 64. No, it is 56. It is 3s. 56 3s is 18. No, 4. So it is under root 56. Root 56. 40 plus 5, root 56 by 2. So what you will get? 2, 4. This 56 we have factors. What is the factors for 56? We have 56, 4 into 14, 16, 4 ones are 4, 5, 56. So 4 into root 14. So this factors is for 56 factors is 4, you bring 2 into root 14. So that is, so these are the, this is, you will become t is equal to 2 plus or minus 2 get cancel root 14. So 1 get cancel. So there is minus, you won't get answer here. So 2 plus root 14. That is how much it is? It is 14. 2 plus root 14. How much it is? Root 14 is 3.7, nearly 2.7, 3.7 plus 2. So it will gives total time is, so this time of journey I will write here. So 2 plus, you take plus root, minus is not possible. So minus plus is root 14 is you will get 3.7 nearly. Okay, so that will give 5.7 seconds. 5.7 seconds. So to fall from B, this rocket falls, it will take 5.7 seconds to reach the ground. Okay, now we have to draw this graph. Okay, now you draw graphs. So we have to draw the graphs. Now I will try to draw the first graph, that is VT graph. Okay, with the help of this data, this is the journey of the rocket. With the help of this data, I am going to draw these graphs. So what is that graph? This graph is first velocity. First it accelerates. So it has uniform acceleration. So I am drawing VT graph. So first it accelerates. So what is its shape? Straight line passing through origin. So what is its slope? Slope gives, so it reaches a height, how much height? It will attains a velocity 20. There it deaccelerates. So its velocity gradually decreases and it deaccelerates. So it has a negative acceleration. So it will be straight line with a negative slope. So how much it will track? As from B, here it deaccelerates. So from B 20 meters, it still it deaccelerates. Its velocity here it will reaches at 20 meters. So what is that? We'll check the problem once again. So 20 meters, then it will travels for this. How much distance it travels? This time of ascent. So you calculate this time. So again its velocity becomes 0. Then see, I will draw this. Then it will continue its journey, remaining time. So this journey. So how long it will travels? This is the up to, so it will continue its journey. For this, how much time it will take? So this is 0 to 5 seconds. Okay, the first 5 seconds, this is the time. So 0 to 5 seconds, it accelerates and attains 20 meters per second. Then this is 20, to attain this 20. Again it will falls. Total how much time it will take? 5.7 seconds. In that acceleration is g. So how much it will travels? From 5 to 5.7. So total 10.7 seconds. So it will continue up to 10.7. So this is the time is 10.7, because the 5 plus 5.7, how much? From here it is 10.7 time, and this is a displacement of the graph. So this is a graph. Then what is this interval? You will get this is the time of ascent from here. So what is the time of ascent here? From this, after attaining maximum height, to attain time of ascent is u by z. So we have the formula u by z, that is v by z. So what is velocity here? 20. 20 by z, that is 10, that is 2 seconds. So from B to C it will take time. This is time taken to B to C. It will take 2 seconds for rising, for falling 2 seconds. So this time interval is 2 seconds. So this one is 7 seconds. So you will get 7 seconds. So this is the velocity time graph. Okay. This is the velocity time graph. Next one is, we want a displacement time graph. Okay. For the corresponding displacement time graph, I will draw here. So this one is displacement. I will continue here. Okay. This is the displacement time. So I take S on y axis, T on x axis. So first it accelerates. So how many seconds? 0 to 5 seconds it accelerates. So what is the shape of the curve? First it accelerates. Shape of the curve. What is the shape of the curve? Is parabola. Parabola with increasing speed. So it is increasing speed means with increasing slope. Parabola with increasing slope, like this. So how much time it will take? 5 seconds. During 5 seconds with increasing slope. So its shape is parabola. So at what distance it reaches? So this distance it reaches is vertical height. This is the point B. So B, it during the first 50 meters. So during the first 50 meters journey, the body accelerates. So its shape is parabola with increasing slope. Then it starts, then it deaccelerates. So decreasing slope. So slope will be like this. Then decreasing slope. It will be like this. Decreasing slope. So at maximum height its velocity is 0. So that is, it should be parallel to x axis, like this. So what is the height here? This height. What is this height? This is the maximum height. Already 50 meters travels in vertical direction. Further it travels 20 meters. So 50 plus 20, 70 meters. So this is 70, yes. So up to 70 meters. What is the time now? 5 plus 2, 7 seconds. Then again it is increasing slope. It is again S is equal to ut plus half at square with increasing slope. So it again displacement decreases with increasing slope. So this is increasing slope but inverted parabola, like this. It will be increasing slope like this with increasing slope. So final displacement ST graph. So what is the final displacement here? It is, this is ST graph up to 10.7. So what is the time interval here? This is 10.7 seconds. Okay, this is the last minute journey. Okay, this is S. This is a ST graph. Okay, 0 to A. This is A. This point is A. A to B is here. B to C is here. C to D again here. This is the journey. Okay. So this is, what is that? This is a ST graph. Okay. This, I think it is, this one is, this graph is, here the time is, it will be like this. This is, shape is parabola, and here the slope gradually increases. That means velocity should increase. So this is velocity, slope of this graph gradually increases. It will be like this. Okay. So this is the graph. Okay. So in this problem you have to remember this one. This h is equal to minus ut plus half gt square. This is also called height of the tower formula. So where we are using, suppose a body is projected vertically up from a tower of height h. So then how much time it will reach the ground? So we can use directly from h is equal to minus ut plus half gt square. This is called height of the tower formula. Okay, clear this one? So these are the few problems today we discussed regarding vertical motion. Okay. Okay, I am closing today.